Hi, I'm Jody Baehler. I'm doing my reflective video for my comprehensive portfolio. Special ed has had some ups and downs in my life, and I'd just like to share with you some of my experiences. I started out as a teacher in Oakley. I was a third grade teacher for 3 years. I don't remember a lot of experience with special ed the first 2 years. But the third year was definitely a challenge for me. I had a classroom of 18 students, and 5 of those students were in the gifted program. At that time, I guess it was left up to the classroom teacher to provide any kind of services for these children because I never had anybody come and get them and take them to do anything with them. I don't remember ever going to any IEP meetings for any of them. So I did a lot of activities with these children for enrichment and gave them different kinds of assignments to challenge them more. 4 of these students had parents on the school board, so it was definitely something that they were watching for to make sure that I met the needs of these children. It was very stressful, and the experience I gained that year was quite interesting, let me tell you. On the other side of the spectrum, I also had 5 of the very lowest third grade students in my classroom. And I was constantly trying to accommodate for them as well, do interventions, do whatever I could do to help those children be successful. So this third grade year that I had was probably the hardest teaching job I ever had. And throughout the experience of the year, I really don't remember the special ed department having much to do, helping me out, or attending any IEP meetings. And to be honest, I was quite frustrated with the special ed department. And I didn't fully understand how it all worked at the time. So I probably could have done something about it, but I was very young, very new to teaching, and very new to the special ed department. From there, I went on to kindergarten, and I did kindergarten for 3 years, and we had 2 kindergarten classrooms. The other kindergarten teacher was a special ed certified teacher, and we did have a transition class. The regular kindergarten met on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. The transition kids went on Tuesday, Thursday as well. So they went 5 days a week. And the other teacher with the special ed degree taught those children and had those children in her classroom all 5 days. So I really did not get a lot of experience with special ed those 3 years, and wasn't very much a part of it, didn't learn anything about it, didn't really have to, I guess. From there, I went to a teaching position in the middle school. I did have one child that was on an IEP. I wasn't even aware that the child was on an IEP until it came time to be invited to an IEP meeting, which was the very first IEP meeting I'd ever gone to. And there were not any accommodations that were mentioned at the IEP that I wasn't already doing for that student or even other students in my classroom. So I really didn't get much experience with special ed that year either. When I started to get more experience with special ed and become more familiar with it was when I took a position as a Head Start teacher. I had 18 students, 3 and 4-year-old, and 9 of those students were on IEPs. Most of them were for developmental delay, but I did have some children that were on IEPs for behavior issues, and so I had 5 different behavior plans that I was trying to keep up with throughout the process of 1 year. The director expected me to do a lot of different things with these children, try a lot of different things, offer awards and rewards to just these children specifically. She had a lot of expectations, and at the time I really didn't agree with all of them. I didn't feel like it was fair that these children who had these behavior issues and could not sit down and be still and follow the rules should be treated extra special when they actually did do it. And I was buying special awards for these children to try to get them to behave better. And I didn't feel like it was fair to the rest of the kids. So it was a challenging experience. I look back now on it and I understand what she was trying to do. I no longer feel like it wasn't fair because you know what? Life's not fair, and those kids had home lives that were not fair to them, and different things going on in their lives that weren't fair, and so yeah, they deserve that special treatment that I did not realize at the time. But I got a little burnout with Head Start, and I decided to step away from teaching for a while, and I was missing the kids terribly, and I ended up taking a substitution position for all of a second semester at Holcomb, and it was in special ed for 3rd and 4th grade. And throughout the year I kind of had ups and downs. I really did not understand the whole process. I was thrown into it. I had a mentor, but she really didn't help me that much. I was just kind of left to figure it all out on my own, and it was pretty stressful. So by the end of the year, I had to make the decision as to whether I wanted to continue as a teacher and sign a contract, which meant going back to school to get my master's in special ed, or if I wanted to move on. Well, all of my life I never aspired to be a special ed teacher. Was not something I wanted to do. Had no interest in it at all. And after the semester that I had had where I really felt lost the whole year, I chose to move on. I did not get a teaching job that following year. It was actually quite a struggle. I missed teaching. I missed the income from teaching. So I decided, I think I need to go back to school and get my master's. I wasn't sure what I wanted to get it in, but I knew I needed a letter of recommendation. So I called my supervisor from when I did the substitution in special ed at Holcomb and asked her if I could get a letter of recommendation for the graduate program at Fort Hays. She was glad to do that for me and mentioned to me that the position that I had been substituting for was going to be open again, and she wanted to know if I was interested in the position. I had actually just accepted a teaching position for a reading teacher in the middle school in Grinnell, but I went down and interviewed for the special ed job, got some more information about it, found out that it paid about $8,000 more than the Grinnell job, had insurance that Grinnell didn't, so I took the position and was accepted into the graduate program for special education. I got right on it, started my classes in 2014 when I started teaching in a 3-4 classroom for special ed at Holcomb. And the last 3 years have been very interesting. I have learned so much, mostly from the experience that I have gained inside the classroom, learning how to do IEPs, learning how to do interventions, finding programs that work for the kids, but a lot of it has come from the support of the things that I have learned in my classes at Fort Hays State. And I got to tell you, even though I never aspired to be a special ed teacher, I really cannot imagine doing anything else. I have learned so much about how the laws apply. I have learned a lot about the whole process of special ed, why we do it, why we're there, what these kids need, and how much they need us. So it has been a very rewarding 3 years, both through getting my education and the experience in the classroom. I have encountered so many students that I have been able to help meet their goals, be successful, and that has been very rewarding, as well as getting to know families and building close relationships with families. That has been very rewarding as well. I do love my job. I honestly cannot even imagine doing anything else. I love coming to work every day. Every day is different. That's what I like about it so much. Some days aren't as much fun as other days. Some days are quite challenging, but I would not give that up. I am very happy doing what I do right now. I'm excited to be finishing up my master's program and graduating in May. I'm kind of at a point right now, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing next year, but I know I will still be working for this same service center. And middle school is what I've been doing this last year, and it has been a challenge. There are definitely some different things in middle school that you have to deal with that you don't really have to deal with in 3rd and 4th grade anyway quite as much. And so I've been there to help these kids and see them through some of the processes that I feel like no one has been patient enough to help them through. And that's been very rewarding. And I hope to be doing elementary again one day soon, because I feel like that's where I'm the most happiest. But I also like the little ones, so if I would move down to preschool or kindergarten, I would like that as well. But all in all, I'm definitely happy with my decision to get a master's in special ed. I understand all about it now. Well, I don't dare claim to know all about it, but I do understand the process. I understand why we're there, and I'm very thankful to all of my instructors for getting me to this point and providing me with the knowledge that I need to continue to do a good job at my position as a special ed teacher. And I thank you for that.